Osaka after midnight smells like wet asphalt and cigarette smoke. A plain envelope sweats in your jacket. A phone buzzes with a number you're not supposed to save. Every street has a camera now, every contract has a clause, and you're the part that doesn't exist. This is your life, level by level, inside a Yakuza special ops enforcer. Junkosei, Zun Go Shane Yuan, the errand shadow. You're not in yet, but you're already owned. You drive a K car with no stickers and a clean interior. You memorize the backstreets between Nishinari and Umeda, the alleys behind Sanomiya, the lots where the vending machines block the view from the road. You learn which family mart has a camera pointed at the door and which one has a dead angle by the magazine rack. You don't ask why you're there. You just show up. At 2:13 a.m., you hand over cash in a plain white envelope. No names, no receipts. You pick up a disposable phone and keep it powered off until you're told to use it. You tell yourself you're only driving. You tell yourself you're only delivering. You tell yourself deniable means safe. Post-2011, the exclusion rules are everywhere. Boryokuden clauses and leases. Banks that can't open an account. Car dealers who suddenly need extra documents. That's why you exist, because if anyone gets flagged, it's you. Warmth comes in tiny doses. A nod, a cigarette, a quiet, good. One mistake, and you're the only name the police can write down. You're not a member yet. You're just the glove they put on when they don't want fingerprints. Kobun, Sakazuki bound soldier. 1 cup of sake, and your old life becomes evidence. The room is too clean for what it means. Tatami. A small altar with salt and offerings. Sake bottles lined up like tools. You kneel until your legs go numb, eyes down, waiting for the cup. The oyabun drinks first. Then it's your turn. You finish it, wipe your mouth once, and wrap the cup in ceremonial paper like it's fragile. You pocket it like it's a weapon. After that, your days stop being helping out. You stand outside an office in a cheap suit, scanning hands and exits. You escort Aniki to meetings and watch who bows first, who pours first, who talks too much. The language rewires you. Oyaji above, Aniki beside, Kyodai watching, and you always lower. Now you're recognizable. If a patrol stops you near Namba, you don't get to smile and say you're just a friend. Your photo can end up in a file. Your name can get whispered to a landlord. You tell yourself the ritual made you protected. You tell yourself the family makes you real. You tell yourself you wanted this. That cup isn't a souvenir. It's a signed confession you carry in your pocket. Shatei, the disposable blade. The rank where loyalty is measured in bruises and alibis. You're first through the door and last to leave. You sit in the back seat of a parked car with the engine running, heater on, windows fogging, while a man across from you sweats through his shirt and says he can pay next week. You don't touch your personal phone on jobs. You keep your pockets simple. You carry tools that are legal until the moment they aren't. Intimidation visits look boring from the outside. A walk into a small office near Kobe Harborland. A quiet conversation. A forced apology that ends with a forehead pressed to the floor. Then you see punishment up close, explained like procedure. Left little fingertip, at the joint, clean cut, wrapped and presented as a package. You watch what missing bone does to a handshake. You tell yourself bruises are temporary. You tell yourself fear is useful. You tell yourself the inside thread is worse than the outside. Because it is. Enemies might hurt you. Disappointment erases you. At this level, you don't carry a blade to fight. You carry it to prove you can be thrown away. You've learned to run errands, to bow correctly, to take the first hit. Next, you stop being the hand that swings. You become the eye that chooses where to strike and what must vanish afterward. Kyodai, Wakashu, the special ops enforcer. You're the problem solver they call when subtlety fails and noise must be controlled. Your suit fits better now. So do the gloves. You wait in places that don't look like waiting in okonomiyaki shop in Tenma with the TV too loud. A coin parking lot under the Hanshin Expressway. A love hotel corridor that smells like disinfectant and cherry perfume. You don't travel alone. 2 cars. Staggered arrival. You check reflections in vending machine glass. You count cameras and note which ones are municipal domes and which ones belong to a pachinko parlor. When the call comes, it's not a speech. It's an address, a time, a single word, shori. Handle it. This is where violence becomes choreography. You learn zip ties, duct tape, thermal gloves to defeat fingerprints, a change of shoes in a plastic bag. You learn where not to hit so someone can still talk tomorrow. You learn how to move a body without making a scene on Shinsaibashi Suji. You tell yourself you're preventing chaos. You tell yourself you're protecting the family. You tell yourself precision is mercy. At this level, you're not a blade anymore, you're a scalpel that has to clean itself. Wakagashira Hosa, the war planner. You coordinate crews, disputes, and cover stories, turning street work into managed operations. The office changes. Less smoke, more paper. A whiteboard with dates that look harmless until you know what they mean. Collections routes, court appearances, construction bids, funerals that double as meetings. You keep a stamped hanko in your drawer and a notebook that never leaves your body. You spend mornings on phones that are not in your name, arranging, delivery, greetings, apologies. Afternoons are for face-to-face. A tax accountant in Kitahama, a real estate broker in Nishi Ward, a bar owner in Minami who needs to be reminded of an old loan. You manage who shows up where, who rides with whom, and who stays away from a police box for 30 days. Power feels like logistics. You approve a hit without saying the word. You kill a feud with an envelope and a bow angle. You decide which shite takes the fall if someone gets grabbed on a weapons stop. You tell yourself it's strategy. You tell yourself it's stability. You tell yourself paperwork makes it cleaner. You don't pull triggers now, you pull strings that tighten quietly around throats. Wakagashira, the isolated apex. You're the second in command, the one who holds the organization together when everyone else fractures. Silence becomes your uniform. You sit behind a desk that faces the door, back to a blank wall, because you don't give anyone a place to stand behind you. The room is spare. A calendar, a safe, 2 chairs for visitors, 1 for you. Even the tea tastes measured. Your days are meetings with masks on them. A condolence visit, that's really an audit. A business greeting, that's really a threat. You listen to reports that are half truth, half fear. Who's skimming, who's talking, who's been seen near a Koban too often. When police tighten pressure with exclusion ordinances and landlord checks, you reroute everything like water finding cracks. This level gives you command, but it takes your sleep. One decision misread, and a whole crew splinters. One careless name on a document, and banks, leases, and hospitals close like shutters. You tell yourself loyalty is a system. You tell yourself distance is safety. You tell yourself you can control outcomes. At the top, you don't fear enemies, you fear the arithmetic of your own choices. In the end, the ranks don't feel like steps upward. They feel like rooms with smaller windows. You carry fewer tools and heavier names. You learn to speak in nods, to live on schedules that never appear on paper, to trust only what can be verified twice. The city keeps glittering, and you keep moving through it like a missing person.